And after all the things that you've been through, you really think that this is it? You really think that just because some people got away with putting you through painful, unfair situations, you think that the divine was just going to leave you hanging? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I must admit that it is very difficult to walk away from situations that you perhaps could have brought justice to in some way if you would have spoken up, if you would have confronted people, if you would have put them in their place. But regardless of that, the grace and the level of courage that it took and strength, because it's not weakness. Walking away from something unfair is not weakness, it is strength. The level of grace and strength that you exuded and displayed as you were stepping out of all these relationships, connections, and places that did nothing but drain you and take advantage of you. That level of grace and strength is abnormal. It is not normal. The moment that you stop overgiving, overextending yourself, overexpressing, oversharing, overproviding, the moment that you realize that you're not being met with the same type of love, support, energy, payments, compensation, time, energy, you start to slow down how much you devote yourself to these people and places. And people realize that because you see, people were too comfortable with that version of you that was just unconditional. Everything was unconditional. You took pride. You took pride in being like the most forgiving, the most graceful, the most compassionate and generous person. And yes, that is great. And yes, that is the essence of who you are. But you were directing that towards the wrong energy, the wrong source. If you would have taken an ounce of that time, of that talent, of that energy that you gave to these situations, if you would have taken an ounce of that and allocated that towards you, towards your glow up, towards your health, you upgrading every aspect of your life that you possibly could, your life would have been better. Every penny that you spent on these people would have been better off on a savings account for a future trip to that place that you just can't get out of your mind because you have so many goals. You just put them aside for so long. It's time to revisit all of those bucket list items. It is time to go back to like even childhood aspirations, what you wanted to be when you were young, who you wanted to grow up to be like, that magic that you imagined back then. You know, your happily ever after, your future dreamy and just fantastic career that you could visualize so clearly, all those places that you imagined that you would once travel to, the experiences that you see in movies and TV shows that you're like, oh, I wish I could have that. Oh, I wish I could buy that. Oh, I wish I could afford that. Oh, I wish I could wear that. Those are not just like simple aspirations. They're in your head for a reason. You resonate and you align with these higher, more elevated things. This higher, upgraded, elevated lifestyle is what your future self is calling you desperately to walk towards. And for you to get there, there's a lot that has to stay behind because there's a lot that, you know what, let's not be like hateful towards everything that may have been or may have ended up being toxic, because at some point, the relationships that didn't work out, they fulfilled you at some point. They made you happy in some way. The people that you once loved, even if they betrayed you, even if they hurt you, at some point, you shared some sort of common memories or moments that made you feel good. It gave you company, they gave you support in some way, or just having their presence there just didn't, they held space for you, even if it didn't feel genuine. Regardless of what happened, they served their purpose. Those people had a role to play and they fulfilled and completed that cycle in your life. It is time to put an end to it. There are friendships that they don't have to end in a chaotic way, but they're just meant to come to an end. There are relationships with partners that maybe these are exes trying to come back into your life. And please hear me out when this happens, because you will have a lot of people trying to gravitate back towards you. The moment that you start to detach from this current reality, you start to walk away and move towards a new elevated lifestyle, there's people from the past or situations from the past that will resurface because it's like, oh no, you're getting away. They benefited from your energy. They benefited from your presence. So they're going to start coming back to the surface. That does not mean that it is a false sign for you to think that, oh, maybe it is meant to be. Maybe they're coming back because they realize how good I was to them. Maybe they're coming back because now they're ready for full, genuine commitment. No, do not mistake people from the past who come back or who attempt to reach back out to you. Do not mistake that as a sign of them now being the right person at the right time. No. They were the necessary person at a necessary time in your life for a necessary lesson or a necessary experience. And that's it. And it was a blessing at the time. And if it didn't end in a peaceful way, then so be it. You don't need to have one last conversation with them. You don't need to send one last text message. You have the right to walk away in your own terms. And you have the right to not have to explain your reasoning behind wanting to step away. You don't owe people explanations. You did a lot for these people, even if they make you feel like you are indebted for life because they did something, or they make you feel like you owe them something. No. Trust, this is your sign that they had a role in your life to play. They completed that, and you did too. So it's time to just burn bridges, let them burn, and move on. And to go back and revisit, what does your inner, truer essence, your true self aspire? What do you wish to experience? Who do you desire by your side? And I'm not talking about giving that person a name. I'm talking about the characteristics. Describe what type of friend would be the most fulfilling and genuine and supportive friendship now, at this moment, this new version of you. Because those people were meant to be interacting and experiencing that older version of you. That former version of you that was more tolerant, that older version of you that was more permissive. You tolerated a lot more. You settled for way less than you do now. And it will continue to be uncomfortable. If you want to test it out and go back to certain people from the past, certain former co-workers, former partners, or older friendships, if you want to go back just to test and see if this sign is truthful or not, you're going to feel more discomfort. You're not going to feel aligned. It's not going to feel like you guys are in sync. It's going to feel different now. You are a different person. You have a different mindset. So allow yourself the opportunity to experience new things, better connections, better people. Give space to these new things to manifest into your life, and also embrace this time. Embrace the calmness, embrace the uncertainty. You're not stagnant. You're not missing out on opportunities. You're not you're at a limbo, and you're detaching from your older lifestyle, your older self. So it's gonna be a little bit weird in a way. It's not gonna feel like so passionate or so fast-paced, and that's okay. Embrace the peace, because great things are on their way now.